So when you pray for somebody, you fill the intra-existence of that person in you with care, with love, with light. And if we do that for each other, we are living in a more and more abundant world. Because we all care for the intra-existence of everybody and everybody. Because you exist right now in me, and I exist in you. If we bring love and compassion and care to one another, we experience that as intimacy, but we experience that as mutually supportive. So it's a win-win in a way, so we both feel elevated by that. And so the first, that's why it's a bit more expanded answer, because I care because I feel somebody else. The fact that I feel somebody else means that the person's intra-existence in me is being honored. The person exists in my perception, which is not my perception only, it's my nervous system. It's everybody exists in everybody. And a lot in some spiritual traditions, like the contemplation or the prayer for one another or for the highest good of the world, or is in a way bringing more and more of that abundance of light into the world. And in a way and that all belongs to the same question, because in a way when we support each other's flourishing, like right to become, then if everybody becomes more generous and supportive of everybody's else right to become, like flourishing, then we create naturally an abundant system, because we support each other in the creative energy that is creating something right now. Because your soul is creative energy, my soul is creative energy, Giselle's soul is a creative energy. If we support it, we will naturally create more. We dispel scarcity by supporting each other's creative outcome. If you are at your best, it's not only the best for you, it's the best for all of us. What distorts that perception is trauma, because trauma creates scarcity, and then I envy, I'm afraid if you have more then I have less, and then like all the pull and push starts. But in the way to dispel that is to support each other. When we support each other, even if sometimes it's hard, because we feel it, then we dispel scarcity in the world. But all of that is connected to if you pray for somebody, you are in a place of abundance in that moment. You're not in a place of scarcity. You're in a place where you can even think about somebody else and bring some positive energy and attention to that person. So this means that you rest in some abundance, and that's why in that place you are connected. And that's why when you pray, you pull in a blessing. And that's why in a merely secular society, we miss the most important energy resource that is free for everybody. The most important energy, because when you pray for somebody, you just ask for a portion of energy. And if, in a completely secular society, we don't use that energy. Although that energy is exactly what we need to create more. And especially in a time when it looks like on the planet that we are, like there's a lack of many things, we need abundance. But the more the scarcity becomes dominant, it becomes like a kind of part of the way we look at the world. And the divine flow and the willingness to serve each other is the only way to dispel the scarcity into a mutual world that becomes a house that is a home for everybody. And we have to get that. The world of competition is already gone. But we don't know that yet. The old world that was here is not here anymore, and we are waking up to the fact that we participate in a new reality that we don't know yet, really. And that reality is based on a new fuel. On the fuel, we call it collaboration, but it's actually a much higher collective intelligence at work. And the question you ask, because it's a difference if I go into somebody's energy field and do some energy work. For this I need a permission, because I interfere in a way with their energy. And even if I know how to do it, I need a permission. I cannot just start working with people that didn't ask me. But to pray for somebody is to invite a blessing. It's to invite abundance into that person's life. And the more we are connected ourselves, the prayer becomes stronger. So the more we practice, and the higher or the stronger is our connection, there are different levels from which we can pray. And they all have different effects. So that's another, but that's maybe for some other time to talk about. So, but the mere fact that you bring somebody into your energy field, step 1, you honor their intra-existence. Step 2, you invite a blessing into that person's life. Step 3, and you hold them in your caring love, is an amazing thing to do.